Hi everyone, if you're a subscriber, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, my name is Riley. Welcome to my garden. Today we're going to be transplanting my pepper starts from these 6L seed trays into these 3.5 inch by 3.5 inch square nursery pots. I'll take you through exactly how I do it. Last weekend I transplanted my eggplants from the same size seed cell starting trays into these 3.5 inch nursery pots, and I'll be honest, the eggplant weren't great when I transplanted them. They were looking not 100% healthy, but once I got them in these bigger containers, they really took off. So if your seedlings don't look great, don't look super healthy, don't worry about it. A lot of the times when you get them into a bigger container, they're just going to do great. Let me walk you through exactly how I do these transplants. When I transplant from these small 6L seed trays into my 3.5 inch nursery pots, I use regular potting soil. I don't use in-ground soil, I use regular potting soil. And this year I'm running out of potting soil, so I revitalized some old potting soil I had from last year. I've already done a video on how to do that. I'll leave a link for that video down in the video description. Don't throw away that old potting soil. You can make it better than new. So I start with this potting soil. I just get it a little bit moist, and this was already a little moist before we started. I'll add some water to it. I will mix that up. I just want it to the consistency to where when I squeeze it, only a few drops of water come out. That's pretty good right there. Now, I have four different types of peppers that I'm transplanting. I have my King Arthur bell peppers, Cornito Rosso, Cornito Giallo, lunchbox peppers that I love. I've done some videos on those in the past too. And I have some chili peppers, and the chili peppers I started from seed, but I was given dried chili peppers from a friend, and I took the seeds out of them. I started them. I had 5 of the 6 seeds germinate, and I am really looking forward to growing chili peppers in my garden because we use it in our cooking all the time. So let's start with the King Arthur. I have already labeled my trays or my pots with blue painter's tape and a Sharpie marker, my preferred way to mark all of my seedlings and my transplants. I've also done a video on that, and I'll leave a link to that video in the video description. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be filling this up to the top, just like that. I'll tap it down just a little bit. I'll take my 1.25 inch dowel rod and I'll put an indentation in about 1.5 inches deep. Take out my peppers. I'm just going to drop them right in that hole. I will cover them up a little bit. Now I have 2 pepper plants in this pot right now. I'm going to clip one of them off now, or I'll go get my clippers to clip it off because my fingernails are not sharp. And I'm only going to have 1 seedling per pot. If you wanted to use your seedlings, if there are 2 in a tray, you can do that. All you have to do is, you can see I planted 2 seeds per cell, but I had about 100% germination rate on the King Arthur, and I only need 3 plants for my garden. But if you wanted to use both of these plants, all you do is you just split it right down the middle like that. So you have 2 plants, and you can plant those separately in 2 different bigger transplant pots, and you can keep your 2 peppers. If you transplant your pepper plants and you find that they're not doing well, one thing you really need to pay attention to is that you're not overwatering your pepper plants. You want to make sure that whatever pot you're going to be using to transplant these pepper plants, that it's got good drainage holes in it, and also that you're using a potting soil and not a garden soil, so that potting soil has perlite in it, which is going to help with drainage and aeration of the root system. Make sure that these roots don't stay damp all the time, because if pepper plants stay damp all the time, they are not going to do well. They will not respond well to that. So if you're having trouble with your pepper plants, whether it's in your garden or in your transplants, make sure that those pots have good drainage holes, make sure that you're using regular potting soil, and make sure that you're not overwatering those pepper plants. Folks, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please share it. It really helps. And if you're not a subscriber, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to ring that bell so you'll be notified next week when we put out a new video.